Well, that's about it for the motovlogging questions. Now it's time for bike related questions. So the first question is from Rohan Bond. He wants to know why brakes of KTM Duke 390 are so sensitive. Well, Rohan, I don't think it's sensitive. I think you just have to get used to the braking of KTM Duke 200. Why does the Duke gets heated when we go slow or in a heavy traffic condition? The simple answer is it has high compression ratio and it is a single cylinder. That is the reason it gets so hot while we ride in the traffic. This is from Krishna Kamble. He wants to know, he has a lot of questions regarding RC 390. Is RC a good touring bike only up till 100 to 200 kilometers? Beyond that, no, it's not a good touring bike. Is pillion seat comfortable for city rides as well as long ride? Well, it's only comfort 30 to 40 minutes. Where beyond 30-40 minutes, it's not really comfortable. It's pain in the, you know what, right? The low bar handle gives you a back problem while touring. The low bar handle not only gives you a back problem, it also gives you a wrist pain, shoulder pain, and eventually after riding it for 2 to 3 months you will develop a back pain. Does the fairing affects heating? Well, yeah, it gets really hot inside, but you don't feel it because of the fairing, and that's the reason all this, yeah, that's the reason you hear that horrible fan ka noise, because it's really hot inside. So yeah, that's why. Suman Viru wants to know, do you follow the regular service interval of 7,500 kilometers or the old 5,000 kilometers? Well, Suman, I follow the old 5,000 kilometer service interval because my KTM Duke 390 is 2013 model. Don't you think 5,000 or 7,500 kilometers for Duke is higher in terms of service intervals, since more refined Yamaha R15 R3 Honda tells servicing at 3,500 kilometers itself? What do you have to say about it? Well, I don't think 5,000 or 7,500 kilometers is higher for Duke because they use semi-synthetic oil. Semi-synthetic oil can last easily for 7,000 kilometers till 10,000 kilometers. So I think 7,500 kilometers is the perfect service interval for Duke 390 or RC 390. Well, I'm not familiar with the Yamaha and the Honda, so I can't comment on that. But as per Duke, I think 5,000 or 7,500 kilometer service interval is perfect. When are you coming to Bangalore again? I've already been to Bangalore, but the only time I'll be coming to Bangalore now is when I'm going to Chennai. So I'll be staying in Bangalore for a day or two, and then I'll be continuing my journey to Chennai. So hope to see you soon, Suman. Dipesh Sharma, he want to upgrade to higher cc capacity motorcycle and he's confused between RC 390 2016 version, Ninja 300 R3, and he's looking for a bike which has an ABS. Well, Dipesh, RC 390 is the only bike which has an ABS, but I would say if you can manage to go with Ninja 300, then just go with the Ninja 300, because overall Ninja 300 is better than RC 390, but value for money is obviously RC 390. I would suggest if you can go for Duke 390 also, then go for Duke 390 also, because Duke 390 is more comfortable than RC 390. But if you had to choose between RC 390, Ninja 300 and R3, then I would say go for Ninja 300. It's much more comfortable compared to RC 390. But if you want just an ABS version, then RC 390 is the only option left for you. But my personal favorite is Ninja 300. Aditya Dubey, which bike will be better for teenagers, as there are many options available out there, because nowadays for us even the status matters for show off and power as well. Well, Aditya, according to me, the best bike for teenagers is Duke 200, hands down, because you can actually modify that bike so well for such a less price. You can actually make every Duke look different. So Duke has power, it looks good, and it really enhances your personality really well. So I would say just go for Duke 200. Sarfaraz Bhagwan wants to know which would be an ideal touring bike given the liberty to choose only below 400cc segment, and why. Well, Sarfaraz, according to me, KTM Duke 390 is the perfect touring bike. Just put a nice seat cover, install a USB charger, and buy a nice saddlebag and tank bag, and I think that will make KTM Duke 390 a perfect touring bike. Also, the parts are easily available and it's very cheap. So yeah, I think KTM Duke 390. Sujin Jamwal wants to know, why did you choose KTM Duke 390? I mean, there are Royal Enfields which is more touring comfort. Well, Sujin, I like bike which is just lighter and faster, and KTM Duke 390 is really fast and it's very light. And To be very honest, I've never tried riding a Royal Enfield or a Bullet because I don't like heavy bike, and most of the time I'm always on 3-digit speed. I have heard from a lot of people, if you tried riding a Royal Enfield or a Bullet on a 3-digit speed, then there's a lot of vibration, and I don't think that'll be a perfect bike for me. So that is the reason I went for KTM Duke 390. Believe it or not, if you spend a little bit of money on KTM Duke 390, it can be a really good touring bike. Raghu Verma wants to know, your Duke have cracked alloys, broken chain, some bearing problem in the engine, battery charging problem. Do you still prefer 390? Well, Raghu, yes, I still prefer KTM Duke 390 because I think it's a value for money product, and yeah, there are flaws in all the bikes. To be very honest, the reason you see so many problem in KTM Duke 390 because KTM Dukes are large in numbers, and that is the reason you see a lot of problem in that bike. All the bike faces problem, but yeah, I would agree to that point that KTMs in India are facing a lot of problems, but I think they will improve in the future. But I still prefer KTM Duke 390 because I think it's a nice bike.